Good evening. Detectives investigating a sexual assault in Canterbury have released an image of someone they want to talk to. The incident happened in Palace Street around 3 a.m. on Thursday. A woman in her 20s told police she was assaulted after refusing an offer of cash. Police believe the person they are looking for may have carried out a number of similar offences in the city. The Operation Brock contraflow on the M20 will be deactivated overnight on Sunday. The system used to manage the flow of freight heading to Eurotunnel and the Port of Dover has been in place since cross-channel P&O ferry services were suspended 2 months ago. As the refuse strike continues in the Wealdon district, contractor Biffa has today carried out 2 scheduled rubbish collection rounds in Polegate and Hurlsham. Around 2,000 bins were emptied. Recent talks to end the walkout, about to enter its 5th week, failed to reach a settlement. It's been a day of double celebration at the Folkestone base of the Royal Gurkha Rifles. It's their 28th birthday and there was a special medal ceremony to mark the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Glenn Tomset reports.
It's been a day of celebrations for the 1st Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles, as they marked their 28th birthday. The Queen's Platinum Jubilee Medals presentation was made in front of colleagues, family and friends at Sir John Moore Barracks in Folkestone. The battalion was formed in July 1994, following the amalgamation of 4 separate Gurkha regiments where soldiers served in many of the war-torn regions of the world. The Kasan Khane ceremony is when Gurkha soldiers swear their allegiance at the start of their service. For many of the riflemen, including Labun Pun, today holds something special for him and his family.
It meant a lot to me because I've always wanted to identify myself as a soldier, as my grandfather was in the British Army, and from today onwards I can officially call myself a rifleman, and I'm a soldier from today, so I'm really proud.
After the oath was taken, soldiers marched in batches of 3 in front of the Queen's truncheon, a 6-foot-high artefact of bronze and silver which was awarded to the 2nd Gurkha Rifles in 1863. Today's event at the barracks in Folkestone is one that'll be remembered for a long time to come.
I'm very proud and my family is very proud, the battalion is very proud, so it's one of the best days, in my life and career. Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and what a day to get commissioned.
It's a really good opportunity for the battalion to come together on the occasion of Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee, and it was great to see around 400 members of the battalion get their Jubilee medals today.
The recruits have already made an oath of loyalty to the Crown on enlistment in Nepal, but they have a unique tradition of pledging an additional oath of loyalty on completion of training and on arrival at the battalion. And for proud family members who are looking on, it's something they'll treasure for many years to come. Glenn Tomset, ITV News in Folkestone.
Beacons have been lit across the region to mark the weekend of celebrations for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Around 1,000 people gathered in Hove to see its historic torch switched on with specially designed LED lights. The tower will now illuminate the seafront each evening. It was last used for the Diamond Jubilee in 2012.
The beacon had been neglected for what feels like a decade. We wanted to light it every single night, and we were able to tally the big switch on with the wonderful celebrations to kick off the Jubilee weekend. When we first planned it, we didn't know if anyone would turn up, and now we can't see the back of the crowd and people are still coming. So it's absolutely wonderful. I couldn't be more happy.
Among the 100+ beacons seen across Kent last night was this at Chartham Hatch. And one of the most dramatic displays in Medway was a beacon built with dozens of wooden pallets in Chatham's Victoria Gardens. And there's been a surprise Jubilee celebration for 2 very special residents in Brighton. Staff at the Sea Life Centre organised a tea party for 2 of the world's oldest green sea turtles. Lulu and Gulliver were able to enjoy their own bunting, Union Jacks and even biscuits. Let's take a look at the weather. Here's Charlie Powell.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV Meridian Weather.
Hello, Bit of rain on the screen behind me because we're going to see some more changeable weather as we head through the rest of this weekend. It was nice and sunny and quite warm earlier, but we're going to see some heavy showers working through before the tonight is out. Some rumbles of thunder perhaps as well. There'll still be some sunshine through the weekend, but it's look a little bit wetter and perhaps not quite as warm as some of the temperatures we saw earlier today either. High pressures across the northern half of the UK. It's kind of getting nudged out of the way by a couple of areas of low pressure as we head through Saturday and Sunday. They're combining with a bit of heat in the atmosphere. They're also quite developmental, so as they approach the UK, they're ever changing. That increases the uncertainty. It also looks like we are going to see some slightly wetter weather, some slightly wetter skies as we head through the next couple of days. Now, it's relatively dry out there for the rest of this evening and for the first part of the night, but it's not going to be bone dry. One or two showers will start to work through, but after midnight, that's when we start to run the risk of seeing some heavier showers arriving with an odd rumble of thunder, hence the warning in place from the Met Office. It's also quite breezy, so temperatures won't be exactly that low, probably low teens, I would have thought, as we head into the early part of Saturday morning. It does mean, though, it's going to be a relatively rough start on Saturday. These rainfall totals will mount up quite quickly, I think more especially out across parts of Sussex, I would have thought. But there are signs of some improvement as we head into the afternoon. A lot of the wet weather should disappear. Now, it's going to stay quite breezy. There'll be a good deal of sunshine, but temperatures will be nearer 19 or 20 Celsius, so not quite as high as today. Therefore, it won't feel quite as warm. And then on Sunday, well, we could do it all again, really. At this stage, looks like it will be quite a wet day. Again, perhaps with a couple of thundery outbreaks of rain mixed in. Into next week, we hold on to a fairly changeable pattern as well. Quite showery, although bit by bit it looks like the showers should just thin out a little bit. And the temperatures at least will be around or slightly above average.
Valent sponsors ITV Meridian Weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
Well, we've still got a pretty uncertain forecast, even though we're heading into the weekend. We've still got some fairly high temperatures, but we've got some heavy rain on the cards and some brisk winds. I think tomorrow pollen levels will be high, but as we head into the weekend and next week, it'll just down to moderate.
Well, that's it from the Bank Holiday team. We're back tomorrow at 10 to 8. Join us then if you can. But from all of us here, have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.